Hey everybody, it's James here from goodguitarist.com, and today I'm going to show you how to play 99 Red Balloons by Nena. We're going to do a simple strumming version. It's just a 4-chord-wonder, so it's the same 4 chords with the same strumming pattern over and over again. And then I'm going to show you a simplified way to play the instrumental break that happens. If along the way you find that you need any extra help, I have a bunch of resources. There's my free ebook, my complete beginner's course, and those go over all the basics of chords and strumming, for songs just like this. And yeah, let's just get started with the shapes. First we have C, and from there we go to D minor. And when we're switching from C to D minor, we take both of these fingers and we put them down together, and then we lift up our third finger and we put it right there to finish off the D minor shape. So I want you to practice that a few times if you're not familiar with that switch. From there, we go to F, and we're going to do an easier version of F, like that. So we skip the first string, we put our index down, first fret of the B string, middle finger on the second fret of the next string, then our pinky finger on the third fret of the D string, and we finish it up with our ring finger on the third fret, just above it of the A string there. And I'm going to put my thumb lightly over the top to mute it. It's not essential, but it definitely helps. And switching from D minor into that shape, you can leave your middle finger down. So that'll help you make the switch a little bit smoother. You can kind of just pivot off your middle finger. So work on that a little bit. And then finally we have a G chord. And I'm going to play my G like this, with my ring finger on the third fret of the thickest string and my pinky on the third fret of the thinnest string. And that keeps our hand this way. If we switch to the other version of G, we have to get our elbow out, and there's a lot more happening. You're totally welcome to do that if you're more comfortable with it. It might even be better, but a simple way to do it that's really easy, we make our G chord like that, and then when we're going back into C, it's a really quick switch too, so it makes it a lot smoother. So just work on those shapes, going from C to D minor, to F, and to G, and then back to C. And when you're ready, we can play the chords in order using downstrokes only, just to get used to the chord progression. Starting off on C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Later, if you want to go play along with the original recording, you'll have to put a capo on the 4th fret, and that'll put us in the same key as the original recording. In order to play it with the original recording without a capo requires 2 bar chords, and it's a lot trickier. That's why I'm showing you this simpler way. In the future, I do plan on doing this song again on electric guitar using the bar chords, learning the complete riff, but we're going to save that for another day. Today, we're just going to do this like a simple strummer. Anyways, now that we have the chord progression down, let's take a look at the strumming pattern. It goes like this. I'll do it a little bit slower. 3 and 4 and. That is the most common strumming pattern ever. Down, down, up, up, down, up. And I've already gone over it in its own lesson. I'll put a link to that if you want extra help with it. But let's take a minute and go through it right now. The first half is down, down, up. So a downstroke on beat 1 and a down, up on beat 2. Let's count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, 3, 4. So I want you to practice it like that, just saying down, down, up. 3, 4, and doing it rhythmically. And then the second half goes miss, up, down, up. So we miss the strings and then we go up, down, up. Let's count. 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, miss, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once you can do each of those halves comfortably, counting out loud just like that, we can put it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, miss, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So take some time, get comfortable with it. Like I said, I have another lesson and many lessons that cover this. It's in my free ebook. It's in my beginner's course. It's all over the place because it's literally the most common strumming pattern that you'll ever come across. It's very important that you eventually get this one down. Anyways, we're going to take that pattern and put it together with our chord progression, and that's most of the tune. So let's give that a shot. Let's play it together nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. One time per shape. All right, so that's the chords and the strumming, and you could just use that and play through the tune. But if you want to play along with the instrumental part and do a little bit of that riff, let's take a look at it. We're going to start off on the 3rd fret of the A string. It's just like the lowest note of your C chord. You could use the same finger as the C chord. We play that note 2 times, and I'm just going down, up. And then we play the open A string. Then back to that note on the 3rd fret, and back to the open A string. So it's just 2 notes, 3, 3, 0, 3, 0, all on the A string, with the counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you might have to, if you can't just feel it, you got to count it out loud, and then you'll be able to feel it. That's how we obtain that skill. So that's the first half of this thing. And then we repeat that again and add this to the end of it. So there, I'm plucking the open D string, then the 2nd fret of the D string. I play it with my middle finger, just like on the C chord, that's the note it would be on. And then my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. So on the D string, 0, 2, and then 3 on the A string, the very first note that we started off with. And the counting for that, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And when you put it all together, it goes like this, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 3, 4. And then we start all again. And when we're going into the riff, we're gonna stop our strumming pattern a little bit early. We'll do our strumming pattern normally, and then when we get to G, we're just gonna do a down strum, and we'll start counting in our heads. So it'll go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and. You know, and our riff starts on the and of that same measure of G. You'll see when we put this all together, which we're going to do right now. But really quickly, as far as the order of all the chords is concerned, I have a chord chart on my Patreon that'll help you out with that. And basically, we go between the verse and the riff. We'll play the riff 4 times in a row, usually. There's one point where you do it 6 times. I recommend using the original recording to help guide you through this. And remember, we put our capo on the 4th fret if we want to play along with that. Anyways, let's just try it ourselves. We're going to play through our progression 4 times, then we'll do our riff a couple times, then we'll play our progression a couple times, just to get used to all the transitions. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a downstroke on G, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Alright, so that's a simple way to play 99 Red Balloons by Nena. If you want any extra help, don't forget about my resources, my ebook, my complete beginner's course, the chord chart on the Patreon, and you can always ask in the comments down below. Otherwise, have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon.